cut out the difficulties of deliveries by having cartons. Do you think your customers would accept cartons? What do you think they would think of them?
Well, of course, it's a bit of a novelty at first, isn't it?
Yeah, you say it's a bit of a novelty. I mean, fair enough, if all of the just so my competition was still serving bottles and I was serving cartons,
yes,
that's
what
yeah. If you all start together, fair enough.
Yeah.
But if you know, one doing
that's
where
the beauty of it is having a meeting.
It's a good point. It's a good point, that is, because I know we say 75% of the public in the Midlands were definitely against cartons. There's no argument about that. We've tried it on municipal estates, on flats and towers, where actually this carton at one time you could press it together and push it through the letterbox.
People who go to the shops to have their milk, or purchase their milk, are already conditioned as far as cartons are concerned, because that's the only thing they can get.
Yeah, certain marks have already conditioned, haven't they?
Yeah, they cannot get bottles from a shop or a supermarket.
Well, they do accept it because our firm used to sell cream in jars. And then they shops, and they put them in the polythene things, didn't they? There was never even a thought about
Yes, but
there was never any
but we want to condition the customer to have it off the milkman, not to have it off the supermarket.
Yeah.
And if the customer, if we had half customers this side and us the other side, I'm sure that the customers want the bottle, is because in the bottle you can see if there's any foreign bodies. This is what all the customers.
Yes.
And also, plastic, they say, makes the milk taste. You must think of the customer. The customer is our vital link.
Yeah.
I know it's all right us cutting out on Sundays, nothing would please me better. But you think of a man on one round, personally myself, one round is about 470, 480 calls to do. You've got to collect money, you've got to see that customers will have that bag of spuds the last day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And if you run backwards and forwards 30 or 40 times for a bag of spuds, the time goes on. And there's nothing annoys me more than a customer say, it's been belting down the rain, you're soaking wet. Oh, you are late today, aren't you, Milkman?
If you know your customers, I think, you think to yourself, well, I'll reserve myself 10 or 15 minutes because I know she's going to chat to me.
Exactly.
My all-time record, this is perfectly true, 35 minutes at a door. I mean, that's perfectly true.
Just
Chatterbox. 35 minutes. The telltale signs, I don't know you chaps appreciate, the telltale signs are the arms folding and lean against the door and you think, right, we're in for a session today, and 35 minutes. But I think you do condition yourself to these type of customers, don't you? As you're right, you think, I should be a bit of time.
Aren't you very good natured to actually put up at the 35 minutes? I mean, I'd be saying,
Well, I don't really know much about women, but have you ever tried to get away? Backing down the path and she's shouting to you, well, it ain't done, is it? Oh, no idea.
I think it's very conscientious, you like that.
Exactly. It's in, I like people. I enjoy it. I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't do the job for them. Of course it is, of course it is. Because I will say this is without any bull at all, they ain't customers to me, they're friends of mine. In fact, I go out socially with some of them, and I've never, until I went on the ground, I'd never met them before. And I honestly mean that.
But you must have, what, 300 or 400?
I've got 450.
You got a hell of a lot of friends.
Exactly, well, that's what it's all about, that's what it's all about.
Well, it's mainly built up on it, whatever round I've been on. The first thing I go for, to build up a good relationship with the customers, where there is children. Now, if you can build a relationship up with those young children and keep that up, no customer is going to go against their children, no matter what you do.
No, that's true.
You can always get away with a lot of things if you got the faith of those young children. They like you, okay.
It's been proved, hasn't it, time and time again?
To sell anything to anybody, you've got to spend a little time. Establish a relationship if you want to sell anything.
Yes, very true. Very true.
You've only got to look at a rangeman that's, just say, an established rangeman that's left, who's got this, as you put it, friendly attitude. I mean, you only get to just look at his sales.
Yes, definitely.
Straight there.
Right,
It's been proved time and time again.
Only a fortnight ago. The chap left around after 2.5 years, and the round just fell. In fact, just 15 customers backed up. And that's perfectly true.
I think I'll find another aspect of this in these blokes who are more or less greyhounds running up and down the paths have no time to spend with the customers.
Very true.
Very rare do they ever sell anything.
Mind you, you find that is the younger element in it. Oh, you're looking against the other, but I mean, the very, no, I mean, they've just passed the driving test, perhaps 17 and a half, 18.
Yeah.
And they're out on the round for the first time, they do it in the dash. And of course, they usually find the turnover of staff is with the younger element, isn't it? You know, they pass the test and they do a couple of months on the milk and they perhaps do another couple of months on the bread. And but I think with the from say 23 to about 33, doesn't quote me exactly, you usually find that you ain't got that dashing and rushing.
Well, that was me all over, jumping over edges. I wanted to cut that bloke's time.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to finish earlier than him and get in the yard and say, oh, cut his time. What's the trouble, you know? That was me all over.
But I think once you get a regular pitch, that's the thing. I think as the time progresses, then they'll stop and say, well, I think a milkman.
I know, John, I'll see.
I used to jump there, don't walk around there.
What is the point of this, the building up of this relationship then?
Well,
why?
the main thing, I mean, and relationship, I mean,
Financial, mainly.
Sales.
Sales.
Because a good chap who's got a good relationship with the customer, sounds like a contract, but it ain't, but you can sell them virtually anything.
But one of the most important points with this relationship, unless you've established it, how can you get the person to purchase something from you that they can get cheaper elsewhere? So you should only do it with a relationship.
Exactly.
Right. Can I come now? Just summarise more or less how you think you do establish this relationship. How do you establish it?
Well, I think primarily it's the service, first of all. I try to get to the door more or less the same time every day. You can't do it within 10 minutes, but at least they know when I'm coming. Yes. You know, so well, it's 12 o'clock, they've got a look at milk should be here any minute now. So, and I try to keep that. I try to keep that time. And I think that's the first and foremost. Then, of course, they invariably talk. They say, there's one thing about our chap, you can definitely rely on him. And that's where you're picking your orders. I think so, and when it's proved with me.
What does anybody else think about this?
From my opinion, now, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I'm spending a third or perhaps half of my life on this job. So, I'm not going to go out not to enjoy it, I'm going to enjoy it while I'm there. I mean, I enjoy life as a whole, so why not enjoy it while I'm working? And if you can build up a good relationship, like our friend here said, friends, these customers are friends, not customers. Well, this is what you want. Now, 25% of our customers must be old age pensioners. And if we can't stop for a few minutes and speak to those people, perhaps, I mean, they never see anybody for a week. I mean, if they might have sons and daughters, but they probably pop down for half an hour once a week. But I mean, on my round, I don't bother to knock on doors, I just walk straight in. Oh, it's Tony, he's coming. They said, oh, it is. And this is where your customer relationship comes in. They know you by name, and I can guarantee I know 95% of my customers by name.
This is a sort of a special aspect of salesmanship, isn't it?
Probably it's one of the natural things, isn't it?
It's one of the natural things.
What keeps a milkman, and I've been on my round 26 years, what keeps me on my round is because there's no doubt about it, they are friends, definitely friends of ours. If they're having a little trouble, you are in a position, being your own boss on the round, you can spend 10 minutes with that customer, and up the road you can belt it a bit to make up that time. And if you haven't got time to speak to the customer or chat with her, pack it up. You know good.
One main aspect of this is now, we've got a chap at our place, but he's gone into side now, inside Burke, and if they wasn't buying the milk from the company, they was buying Albert's milk. They didn't want to know about the company. As far as the customers were concerned, they were buying the milk from Albert, it was Albert's milk. Not the company's milk.
And of course he's an asset to a firm, a chap like that, isn't he?
Oh yeah. And this is it. This is where you sell it.
No, as you say, it's the goodwill in it.
Are people pre-placing an order? Or are they in fact just buying when you arrive?
No, well this is where the good relations comes in again. If you've established good relations, you ask them to have this stuff off you, they say we'll try it, and you leave it next week possibly, and they've said, oh well we didn't say we wanted it, but of course your natural reaction to that is, oh well I thought I'd let you have it because I didn't want to let you down. They come to depend upon you delivering a particular article on a particular day, and they come to depend on it.
And I think that's what the milk round's all about. That's what the milkman's all about.
You're placing it without people asking for it, you mean?
Yeah. Oh no. Initially they ask for it.
Can I just come to the last point? Your industry, present advertising in the past, what it ought to be, what it ought not to be. Anything at all.
Primarily, You can't make a housewife buy any more milk than she requires. Regardless of what you do, I don't care if you're super salesman, you can't do it. If she thinks the world of you, she's going to buy 2 extra pints a day. Whether she's going to get some little cookbook or not.
Teenager, you see what they want to concentrate? Because teenagers have got the money. And if they see that a pint of milk does them world of good, they'll buy it.
Yeah.
You'll get the brewers. The brewers will work on the teenagers. They'll get them in. So I wonder why the milk marketing board don't work on the teenagers, because they've got the money. And if they think that a pint, well, I know it is, I don't think it, I'm certain it is, that a pint of milk will do them the more world of good than anything else.
What about the material of on the plates that's coming out at the moment? Stuff that you buy off the plates?
That's pretty good.
They're reasonable, those sort of things, just to catch the eye. But the written word really is no good. It's not as good as the spoken word.
Now, he looks at the air and there's a point of the air and a point of the air, and honestly, it just revolts me.
Yes, that's true.
It revolts me.
It's the wrong image completely.
Wrong image.
Yeah.
I thought he looked as if he could do with 10 points himself.
Yes. Yeah, I think the Cockney lad done this.
No, he can't get a bit of friendly air, doesn't he?
Yes, but
It's
the
friendly.
friend he was doing whatever it's called.
Personally, I don't think I do anything for you. I mean, I've been around on my end and I've left leaflets for different things. Yeah. I've been all round around. I've never ever had one back that's been filled in. Never.
And how many times you got them left on the doorstep for days on end?
Just don't let them blow in the wind and all up the road.
Any markings or some more
Rubbish, you
literature?
know, yeah. Throw it away, yeah.